Yo, what up YouTube? It's Bryce, and today I'm going to be doing my Wetlands Frog slash Amoeba deck profile for the March 2013 format. Nothing in this deck changed, but nothing in this... I haven't shown the deck before, so anyway. To start off, we got 3 Amoeba. You guys are probably like, what? What is an Amoeba? Well, it was a rare from Magic Ruler, just for anyone trying to build it in real life, but anyway. Obviously, you guys can probably read the card, but what it does is when the control of this card shifts to your opponent, inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent's life points. This effect can only be used once as long as this card's on the field. And it's also a level 2 or lower Aqua, so it works with Wetlands. So it's 1,500 under Wetlands, which is alright, whatever. But it's also a water, so you can ditch it for Swap Frog. So that's why we run 3 Amoeba and only 2 creature swap, as you'll see later. We have 2 Dupe Frog. Some people think 2 Dupe is a lot, and like Monarch builds and Sea Lancer builds and stuff, but this deck, literally, you want to toolbox your frogs because they are your monsters in this deck that you're relying on. So Dupe is great, that 2k defense, and then he's obviously 13 under Wetlands, which is not great at all, but whatever. He's a frog and a water. 2 Flip-Flop Frogs. This guy's a monster. He's amazing, his effect, and you can... Obviously, you basically get a free compulse for every frog you have on the board, including himself. So it's really good. And then he's 1,700 under Wetlands, which is not bad. Gores, you don't always have Wetlands. Like, typically, people don't know what to do against the deck, and if they do anything, it's going to be the MST or Wetlands, which really primarily is all you can do. I don't know. But yeah, so we play Gores because you definitely do not always have back row. So yeah. And we play 2 Mooling Glacia. This is the only thing preventing me from making this in real life. I don't know how much these are nowadays, but I assume, like, more than necessary. Like, I know there's the prices down there, but maybe they're finally accurate, but they never have been in the past, so, yeah. Mooling Glacia, 2 of them. You have just insane graveyard control in this deck, so, yeah, basically. And what the deck sort of functions like, you try to basically just plus off your opponent, and then, win off card advantage, basically, by beating them down with frogs and Wetlands. And so taking 2 cards out of their hands for free is obviously very beneficial to that. We have 3 Ronin Totem. This helps just make Gachi Gachis and Daigusto Phoenixes, or Dark Mist, whatever you need, basically. You can just repeatedly bring them out in this deck. 13 under Wetlands, I guess. He's not awful. Yeah, he is. Like, he's not bad, but that's 1,300 isn't necessarily good. But anyway. 1 Submarine Frog. This guy just pierces. He's decent because he can put pressure on the opponent, and he's also 24 under Wetlands, which is really beefy, but he doesn't have really any benefit to the deck other than he pierces and is a frog. So we only play the 1 because we do obviously have a ton of ways to search it. We could swap frog it to the grave, we could Dupe Frog search it, and then we have 2 salvages as well, so we only play the 1. 3 Swap Frog, obviously the monster of the deck. It's 22 under Wetlands, which isn't even bad. And also, it's Swap Frog, like Nuff said. 2 Trag, because you don't necessarily commit to the board that much, and Trag is what some folks would refer to as a monster. It's just really, really good. Stops COTK. You can just beat over stuff. It can be an out in itself, so that's great. 1 Treeborn. Like I said about Wetlands, I guess people don't know what to do against the deck, and typically a lot of players will see a Treeborn Frog and freak out and think that they have to get rid of that any way they can. And it's like, really, Treeborn does not benefit the deck at all, other than, like, you can ditch it for Swap Frog, and that's really it, other than, like, Unifrog needs another frog on the board. Plus he comes back, so that's obviously good. He's 13 under Wetlands, but you don't really get to use them together, so Treeborn is really just there to confuse people, and I guess to come back if you don't have Wetlands, so you're basically just trying to tank and wait for it. And Unifrog, this guy's like the breaker of the deck. He's 16 under Wetlands, which is good. 400 not under Wetlands. He can attack directly, and he pops back row if you have another frog, and he gets an attack off. So he just puts pressure on your opponent. He's actually really good in the deck. So we run the 2. 2 Creature Swap. Obviously, this is sort of classic in frogs. Like, you can use it with Treeborn or anything, but also with Amoeba. You just do 2,000 to them outright when you trade it to them, and then you attack over with whatever you got from them, and that can just be a lot of damage all at once. So that's really good. And yeah, creature swap basically. We only play the 2 because, like I said, you want to ditch Amoeba for Swap Frog sometimes, and you do draw them together though ever, and you're not necessarily only looking for the Amoeba with the creature swap. It works well with the rest of the deck, otherwise you wouldn't be playing it. One Dark Hole, this slaps everything on the board, obviously, enough said. One Econ, just kind of for lack of anything else to play. I guess you could play a third MST, but this card's good. It's some sort of defense at all in the deck, plus you can get the Treeborn Econ playoff in theory, so that's always good. One Reborn, just Reborn stuff, like I heard, like, that's kind of good. I'm not sure. I guess I could check on that for you guys, but I heard Monster Reborn was a good card, so yeah. 2 MST, hit back row, obviously. We do have the Unifrog to hit back row, though, so I really don't think you need 3 MSTs in this deck. This is more to hit continuous stuff that happens to be hindering you in some way. And we also have the Wetlands to take care of field spells, if that is the case, so 2 MST is fine. I've never seen it as a problem. 1 Avarice, you just have kind of insane graveyard control in this deck, and it's always nice to draw cards. 2 Duality, because really, yes, the deck has the capacity to special summon in some ways, but you also want to get your Wetlands, basically, or other cards you want. Duality just digs, and that's always good. I guess you could set up your little creature swap and Amoeba combo with Duality. You could set up like a Treeborn Econ. It just obviously is very good. That's why the card was so expensive when it came out. 2 Salvage. This card is a +1, and I heard that was good as well. And yeah, you just get back whatever you need. The graveyard is your hand because you play this card, so that's just really good. 2 Terraforming, because once you get the Wetlands, you don't need the Wetlands because you have it, you know. So we only play the 2 Terraforming, and we play the 3 Wetlands. So that's like 5 cards you could draw that would be the Wetlands, in addition to Duality, in addition to thinning the deck with Swap Frog and Dupe Frog. And so you usually see the Wetlands, which is good. You guys just get beefy, and also people think you're playing Wetlands, you must suck, but the deck isn't even that bad. You just maintain advantage basically by plussing off of Unifrog and yeah, Flip-Flop Frog on extra deck stuff, Moonling Glacia on stuff. It's just good, and then putting pressure on them with Submarine Frog, because it's like suddenly you attack their Raikou, and then they have 2,300 less attack points, or life points, I mean, than they did. So, yeah, it's good. Let's talk about the side deck, I guess. It's kind of generic for some of the cards, but yeah, we got Cyber Dragon just for the machines, because they're still good. Yeah. It's also 21, so any sort of anti-meta stuff, you can just side that in. Cyber Dragon is just amazing, as it always has been. Droll and Lockbird, this is for Prophecies. I'm pretty sure, like, this is, like, standard. That's why the price is, like, $9 high on TCG Player. Yeah. 2 Veilers. I really, like, I don't know, for whatever, you know? You never know what you're going to hit. Veiler is, like, just, like, it's probably not a main deck card nowadays, but, like, siding it in onto stuff that it does hurt is still good. And what else are you going to side in this deck? You really can't side traps that effectively. I mean, you could, but, like, you have to side a lot of traps if you're siding traps, and then, yeah. Just, we got Veiler, basically. This could be, like, more Maxis or something, but, yeah, Veiler. I got 2 Kinetic, just for the Sam matchup, really, because, once again, they didn't get hit, they actually gained cards back, and that matchup, it's good against heroes, too. Kinetic Soldier is just, I think, always a great card in the side deck, if you can afford to play it, which, of course, this deck can. Basically, monsters that are side cards can be great because sometimes it's hard for decks to side spell and traps effectively. Obviously, you guys understand siding. I don't need to explain the siding as a whole just because of this. Max C, I don't know how effective this card's going to be, I guess, so I have 1. You could make this, like, I don't know anything about the format, guys. Like, I sort of know. Like, I'm going to talk a little bit in a bit, but yeah. 1 Penguin Soldier just because I figure, like, I like to be trolling with that Penguin Soldier. Like, imagine a Penguin Soldier smacking you to the face for 1950. Like, they summon Sabersaurus, you go, Wetlands, Penguin Soldier, like, duh. Like, I wouldn't probably summon it still, but it's a Penguin Soldier. Star Boy, this card's amazing against, like, the fire decks, basically, and in general. I should probably main this card, I don't know. But basically, I should main more of this. The side deck sort of idea is I could take out this little trade toad, because I don't think that's good. Put another Starboy, because Starboy's effect is all water monsters gain 500. So that's why I don't main it, because, like, mermails, basically. And, yeah, basically Starboy is amazing. It makes your Swap Frog, like, 15 without Wetlands, 27 with Wetlands. Makes your Submarine Frog 2,900. But, yeah, my buzzer is going off, so I guess this video is over. Goes and Match is self-explanatory. This Starboy is amazing. You guys can understand why by reading the card, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace. My pizza bagels are burning. Bye.